YouTube, how you guys doing? It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been working a lot. Those of you who don't follow me on Facebook. I became a manager of a fast food chain that I'm working for now. So yeah, cool. So I got a lot of things that I got to do. But the reason I'm making this video today is because a lot of people have been, today, I saw today on Facebook a couple of people talking about how smoking weed while a Christian is bad for you. One person so far has put a meme up saying that the world says that it's getting high, but God says that it's witchcraft. I looked in the Bible, as you people know that I do, and I didn't see anything about smoking weed being witchcraft. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. But those of you who know me, you know that I smoke. And the reason that I smoke is because of physical issues that pharmaceutical drugs have no longer taken care of. Just to give you folks a quick rundown of what I mean by pharmaceutical drugs. When I was 17, 18 years old, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and hallucinations. And, I will say, right now, part of that was for the attention. It wasn't, part of the hallucinations saying that I was hallucinating and seeing things. In the beginning, yeah, it was for the attention. I will say that. I will go on record as saying that. However, later, it wasn't a joke. No, I felt things touch me. I heard things talk to me. I saw things that weren't quite right, whether dreaming or alive, or awake. I'm sorry, dreaming or awake. Whether I was asleep or awake, I was still seeing these things, and they put me on a lot of drugs. They put me on Wellbutrin. They put me on Risperidol. They put me on Ritalin because they later found out that I had attention deficit disorder. They put me on naproxen sodium for pain. They put me on Excedrin for headaches, which was being caused by the medication I was on. But needless to say, at one point in time, friends, I was on 16 different pills, 15, 16 different pills a day just to function. And that's basically how I made it through my senior year in high school. I was on drugs, man. It wasn't the good kind either. It wasn't the good kind of drugs either. And so, I just couldn't do it without being medicated. Most of my senior year's a blur, really is. I mean, I remember, growing up in a group home and working at McDonald's, and somehow I graduated. I do remember at one point in time that things got a little bit clearer to the point where I was actually in a play, but I was drugged, people. I was medicated. That's what I'm trying to get at. And later, once things got kind of bad for me, I left, dumped all my pills down the drain, and I walked to Pennsylvania, where I'm at now. And, I was fine for a little bit until I met someone. And, I opened up to this person telling me that they were a Christian. I opened up to this person, and she kept me medicated. I went to the doctors, I went to hospitals. I was made to feel that I was worthless. This being from a Christian woman, man, so be careful, people. Not all women who say they're Christians are Christians, and not all men who say they are Christians are Christians. You must watch them. But Anyway, to further going on, during this time, I was also, smoking pot, drinking heavily, and I was also on prescription drugs because I was told I needed them. Well, as the years went down the line, and things ended between me and my ex-wife, who wasn't very Christian-like at all. When things ended between us, I took myself off that medication, and I prayed to God. I prayed because, at this time I was heavily drinking and I was smoking cigarettes, on top of taking prescription drugs. And I prayed to God one morning. I coughed so hard. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't nothing. And I prayed to God, and I cried out, please God, just let me breathe. I will quit smoking. Let me breathe. And I could breathe. And then I went, got mad, and I super smoked about 2 or 3 cigarettes and was rushed to the hospital and suffered dehydration. And that was it. No more cigarettes. Up until about a couple months ago, where, again, my ex-wife, she threatened to take my son from me, and so I took a couple puffs off of a cigarette because I was freaking out. I ain't doing that again. Oh God, the coughing fit was horrible. But anyway, and God took that away from me. Same thing with drinking. I didn't want to drink anymore. I couldn't deal with it anymore. The pain was horrible. I was suffering from liver pain every time I drank. But, the feeling of being numb was kind of good there for a while, I wasn't on pain medication because I was always smoking pot and drinking alcohol, staying numb. But it got bad for me. I became an outright alcoholic. And I cried out to God to take that away from me, and He did. And now, to this day, I will not drink a drop of alcohol. I won't do it. I don't like it. I don't even like the fact that I have it down in the basement with me, but my wife drinks every once in a while. But, my current wife. But, I do smoke. To help ease pain. And this whole entire thing with being sober-minded, I honestly think you people need to look in the Bible a little bit more. Because when God said stay sober-minded, He meant, stay with God. Stay with your mind on God, not on what else is going on in the world. Because the world is going to fade away. The world is going to fall. The world will be nothing. Like so much ash being smoked. But keep your mind on God. Be sober-minded. That's what God was talking about. Not to worry about the world. But another reason why I believe it's okay to smoke pot, biblically, losing some papers here. I'll get those in a minute. But biblically, the reason I think it's okay to smoke pot is in Genesis, in the very first book of the Bible. We have Genesis 9, chapter 1, verse 9 to 12. I'm going to read this to you. Then God said, let the waters below the heavens be gathered into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters He called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit after their kind, with seed in them on the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and trees bearing fruit, with seed in them after their kind. And God saw that it was good. Now we're going to go a little bit further here. Let's read Genesis, also in chapter 1, but we're going to read verse 29 and 30. Then God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed, it shall be food for you. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the sky, and to everything that moves on the earth, which has life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. So, right there, God God provided when he created the heavens and the earth. When he created the earth, God provided every seed yielding green plant for food, for nourishment, for both man and beast. So please explain to me, marijuana, that is a seed yielding green plant, marijuana, naturally grown on the earth, how can you tell me that it is not okay for you? It is not good for you. Jesus even talks about in the Bible later, his first miracle. Jesus' first miracle was to turn water into wine. So are you going to sit there and tell me it's okay to drink, but it's not okay to smoke? When in the same Bible, in both instances, God made something good for us to enjoy on earth, but not to be, overly about it, I smoke to keep my mind here. Not there, not over there, not back there, not worrying about what's going on tomorrow or what the heck happened yesterday. Try to keep myself here, grounded in one place. God helps me do that. The Bible helps me do that. Smoking a little bit of reefer helps me do that. It also helps that I'm not in so much pain. However, this cold we're having here, if it wasn't so cold, I wouldn't be in so much pain either. But hey, so it is what it is. But there you have it, my folks, my friends, my fellow Christians, my others. There's nothing wrong with smoking a little bit of pot. Other than the fact that, there's a good part of the United States that, it's medical, it's okay, it's good. But in other parts of, the world, including Pennsylvania, it's not okay. But hey, I'm even facing charges for possession later next year, but I'm still going to smoke because it helps me. And this is something that I will explain to the judges. And I've explained to the doctors too, and the doctors have said it's okay. They have no problem with it, so God doesn't have a problem with it. Doctor doesn't have a problem with it. Come on, folks. What are we doing? Nitpicking is what we're doing. But anyway, I'm good. I'm done. I think I'm done ranting on this one. It's been about a good 13 and a half minutes, so whoa. Alright, you folks have a good one. If I don't talk to you before then, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family, enjoy your presents, enjoy your friends, and above all, praise God, for He is the one that you must give the glory to. Because if it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't be here, and this wouldn't be happening. Thank you. Peace. Love you guys. God bless you all. Have a good one.